Okay, everybody. I just want to take a moment to go over some general stuff about this class. Okay, this is Art 135, Graphic Design 1. I'm your instructor. My name is Brad Ulrich. I'm actually the professor of art and design here at MID, which means, well, I teach art, I teach, uh, graphic design, and I'm also the lead faculty, which in another school they'd call they say like I was a chair of the department or something like that. Here it's lead faculty, which means I just have extra work I have to do, scheduling and hiring of faculty members and, junk like that. Okay, anyway, back to class. If you haven't already, go ahead and pull up your syllabus. Okay. Now, to access the syllabus, it's a Google Doc. Okay. And if you are logged in with your Midmail account, you can access it without any problem. If you're logged in under Gmail or something like that, then you're gonna have to ask for access. I can't just blanket give that out to whoever. So I try and make it as easy for everyone as possible. So your best bet is just log in with your Midmail account. If you are registered for classes at Mid, you have a Midmail account. Okay, it's usually your first initial, last name followed by at midmich.edu, which is exactly what mine is. Okay. Okay, so going back to our syllabus here, let's see, this is the web online course. My email, going over the faculty contact information if you're following along, is Brad is bulrich at midmich.edu. I almost gave you my Hotmail one. Bulrich at midmich.edu. That is the best way to get in touch with me because of the whole COVID-19 thing. Excuse me. I'm sorry about that. Because of the whole COVID-19 thing, I'm only on campus 2 days a week. Okay. And that's Tuesday and Thursday. Anyway, so best your best bet as far as getting a hold of me is to shoot me an email. Like most graphic designers and illustrators and stuff, I spend a lot of time on my computer and I check my mail pretty early in the morning. Okay, so that'd be your best bet. My office number, phone number is 989-773-6622, extension 251. And that is in the Liberal Arts and Sciences building, room 312, which is right next door to the big art lab. Okay? That I had to pause for a second. Like I said, I had a tickle in my throat that I had to drink a bunch of water and cough. It's just it's still summertime, so the AC kind of dries me out. I'm sure a lot of you have that. Okay, back to this though. Now, my office hours are Monday through Thursday, okay, from 1 to 2, 1 p.m. to 2 p.m., but they are on Zoom, okay? I will be setting up a Zoom link and have it on the module, the module for general information at the top of the Moodle page, okay? And that's where you can, basically, if you need to talk to me about something during office hours, you can do it through that. That's not my decision. That was decided by the administration. They don't want any students in any of the offices because of the whole COVID thing. Okay, so that's just how it is, like it or not. Okay, at Friday, my office hours are by appointment only. Okay, and if you need to talk to me like face to face about anything, I don't know why you would, but if you need to, what we have to do is we have to schedule something in a larger room so we can maintain social distancing. Okay, that is like um, last resort kind of stuff. I really don't want to do that. I'm a little freaked out, I think. Okay, anyway, back to this. You have a required textbook. It is The Elements of Graphic Design by Alex W. White. It takes you through all of the basics of composition and layout and that sort of thing. Okay. You're going to need access to Adobe Illustrator software. Okay. You can either get a student discount lease for the software from Adobe, or you can use the graphic design lab, which is the liberal arts and liberal arts and sciences building, room 320. Okay. Um, now I will be teaching a class in there on let's see, Tuesdays, and from let's see, I think it's 10 to 12:45. That's the in-person version of this class here. And but any other time, I think there's a web design class in there or something like that as well. You might need to contact the IT department and see what the room availability is right now. Okay. All right. Let's see. Supplemental materials. Basically what you need for this class is access to the software and the textbook. That's pretty much it. Because all the artwork we're going to do is going to be in Illustrator with a little bit of Photoshop probably thrown in there too. So that's the main thing you need. It's always a good idea to have a notebook or sketchbooks and stuff like that handy. You want to save your work onto something you have access to, especially if you are on campus. If you are working on campus, those computers there have a deep freeze on them. A deep freeze on a computer like that basically means that when it gets shut off, everything gets deleted. Everything that was created on it gets deleted. So what you have to do is you have to save your work to either a USB drive or a Google Drive or something like that. A lot of students are using the cloud these days to save their work, and then they can access it anytime. And I think that's probably the way to go. Um, I'm kind of old-fashioned. I still carry around a couple of flash drives in my pocket, at all times. But I'm getting more and more used to using the cloud. Okay. Let's see. Jumping down to policies. Now, it doesn't apply to this class necessarily, but just be aware that if you are going to campus, you are going in the building, there is a mandatory mask policy. You must wear a mask if you're entering the building. Okay. If you don't have a mask, you will be given one. If you have a medical condition that makes it so you can't wear a mask, then you need to go to let's see, Amy Dykehouse is the person that you want to talk to. Um, anyway, uh, Student Accommodation Services, and she's in charge of that. You want to go to them and then get a written permission slip to not wear one. But they are going to be enforcing that, and we've been told that, hey, if somebody's not wearing a mask, security is going to, and out they go. Okay. All right. So make sure you've got a mask and are ready to wear one. Now, the way this class is set up online is we're going to have there's weekly reading assignments, okay? And for every weekly reading assignment, there's a weekly quiz. Review questions is how it's put here in the syllabus. On the Moodle modules, it just says, chapter 1 quiz, chapter 2 quiz, and so on and so forth. So, those are only 5 points apiece, but boy, they add up. So you want to make sure that you do the readings and get those done. The deadline for the weekly quizzes is every Sunday night. If you've taken online classes at Mid before, the academic week had been Saturday through Friday. They moved that now to Monday through Sunday. Okay, so and that's the way a lot of colleges are. When I was getting my graduate degree, my MFA, that's the way it was, and that's the way a lot of them are. Okay, so make sure you get those done in time. There is a cumulative quiz at the end of the semester, which is drawn from all those weekly quizzes. We're going to have about 3 longer projects. These will go anywhere from 2 to 3 weeks to a month to see them through. There's going to be 1 written assignment, and there's also a weekly forum. Okay, this is a discussion forum where you will post your work so far and all that. Now, these weekly forums are worth 25 points a pop, so that adds up to 400 points. That's a lot. Okay, so make sure you participate. I can't stress that enough. Be sure to participate. Okay. All right. Now, back to this. Clariac stuff, FERPA stuff. Okay, you can read all that on your own. I'm not going to bore you with all that legalese that we have to have on here. Okay, and then next thing on the syllabus is a tentative course outline. Now, that is pretty much set. But things do come up, things do change. So you want to make sure that you log into class every week and make sure you know what's going on. The thing is with Moodle, I can tell how long and the last time someone was on Moodle. So, this happens every semester. I have students that will contact me and say, "Oh, I was just on there. I was like, no, according to this thing here, you haven't logged on in 2 months." Happens every year, every semester, I should say. So don't be one of those guys. Make sure you participate. Make sure you do your work. Just because it'll save you a lot of headaches at the end of the semester. When I was in college, I knew guys that would just leave everything to the very end, and they would just drive themselves into a tizzy trying to get that last little bit of stuff done. And don't do that. Don't be that guy. Okay. Just keep up, log in every week, and do the work. I take a lot of time and put a lot of consideration into how to pace these projects. Okay. Since this is graphic design 1, we're taking a little bit longer to not only learn the software and get used to that, because not everybody's used Illustrator before, but we're also, we want to talk about how to compose a piece of advertising or artwork or whatever it might be. Okay. I spent a lot of time doing graphic design work. I'll talk about that a little bit more in the the introduction thing. But I spent a lot of time doing graphic design work, and as a matter of fact, I was doing graphic design before I finished college. I had a job at a newspaper. There was one of those guys that went back to school later on. Anyway, and when I started, I didn't really pay that much attention to composition. I didn't make a conscious effort to follow like the Fibonacci spiral or the rule of thirds or anything like that to create a visually harmonic piece. And so I struggled somewhat with that. So, you don't want to, again, be that guy like I was. We're going to be talking a lot about composition. Pay attention to that kind of stuff. And, when I suggest, hey, why don't you try moving this over here, moving that over there, to make it work better, listen to what I'm saying, because, I've been doing this stuff for, not as a professor, but I've been doing the art and design thing for well over 30 years. My first professional sale was when I was 17 years old, and I'm 54 now. So I got a lot of experience with that kind of thing, but I'll talk about that later on. I'm not when I give critiques and have you guys post weekly progress. That's not for my health, okay? It's so you guys can improve your work before turning it in, for a final grade, okay? All right, I think that covers about everything. I'll be making another video here in a couple of minutes, probably. That'll be my a little bit more about me and a little more informal. But we just had to go over, the usual required stuff, going over the syllabus, going over class stuff, and and just get off to the right start. Make sure we're on the same page and all that. Okay, I will talk to you guys later then. All right, ciao.